Welcome to That's Good Sports, taller than ever. Fuck. I'm Brandon Perna, and it is voting day at the Mile High Report. If you want to carry me back to the winner's podium, simply open your web browser on your computer or phone, go to milehighreport.com, select the Media Madness page, click the click here to vote, and then vote for me. You only have until the end of the day to vote, and unlike real elections, every vote counts. And you can vote for me multiple times on multiple devices or by clearing them cookies. Today, I'm facing the one person who, if he could, would give me a real job in sports media, Vic Lombardi. Last year, he threatened to cut my balls off.
Show Brandon Perna what happens to people who talk on the internet. Show him. Right across the nutsack.
I still have my balls, so I think it's safe to say he's a liar. Or at the very least, not a man of his word. Why would you vote for that? Today, we've got some football news to discuss. LeVeon Bell, Roger Goodell running the 40, quarterbacks, and Aldon Smith. That's good sports. NFL free agency starts next week. And the only thing crazier than free agency is the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences giving accused rapist Kobe Bryant a fucking Oscar during the thick of the Me Too movement. The only thing crazier than free agency during the NFL offseason is Commissioner Roger Goodell running the 40-yard dash in the NFL offices.
Come on.
What do you get? 5-4-1?
5-4-1.
Better than last time.
Better than last time. This must be the
Beat his
truth.
speed?
Okay, Bobby, come on.
Good job, Commish. Killed it.
Piece of cake, son.
Seeing him do this almost tricks me into believing he's a real boy.
Killed it.
Piece of cake, son.
But there's no way I'd buy his 40 time of 5.41. These guys are using their phones to time him. That's not official. iPhones aren't designed for this. And how do I even know that's actually 40 yards? Looks like 38 to me. There are some important things here to notice though. He's wearing running shoes and not dress shoes, so he's taking this way too seriously. He congratulates himself after the run by throwing his hands up in the air, not because he's overly impressed with his time, but because he's surprised he didn't keel over and fucking die of a heart attack. Most notably though, the Cleveland Browns called to let Goodell know it's between him and Saquon Barkley for their first overall pick. They see a lot of Trent Richardson in him. It appears that the Pittsburgh Steelers will franchise tag running back LeVeon Bell for the second straight year. Bell will make $14.5 million in 2018, assuming a long-term deal still doesn't get done. Depending which reports you hear, the Steelers are still trying to work out that long-term deal, or the Steelers are no longer trying to work out that long-term deal. Since 2013, LeVeon Bell has accounted for 412 first downs. The more interesting stat here is Antonio Brown has the third most at 377, and the Steelers haven't been able to get to a Super Bowl in that time frame with that elite fucking production. I do respect Marquise Pouncey going to bat for his teammate during these contract talks, posting this on Instagram. Brada, if you not paid before free agency hits, I'll call Coach T, Mr. Rooney, and Colbert and personal tell them it can't be this hard to pay the best RB in the league what he deserves. Hashtag Stairway to 7. If Pouncey ignores the rules of math in the salary cap the same way he ignores the rules of grammar, then I agree with him. Paying the best back in the league what he is worth is the easiest thing of all time to do in football. LeVeon Bell is a special running back, no doubt about it, but I believe the Steelers are in a precarious situation. You cannot overpay a running back with a long-term deal as he heads into the second half of his career, but Bell has done everything and more to earn that payday, playing Hall of Fame level football during the front side of his career. The saving grace here is that Big Ben may be playing in his final season in the NFL. Maybe. Maybe Big Ben will retire and go on to win 2 Oscars since he has had 2 rape accusations. If Ben retires, the Steelers could afford to pay Bell and keep paying Antonio Brown and then underpay a rookie quarterback. That's how success in the NFL works. You have to be underpaying an overperforming player at a key position or two for a couple years in order to pay the guys who have proven they are worth the big money. It's a constant balancing act, and also a pretty shitty way to conduct business. Players have to prove to the organization they're worth the money. Okay, I proved to you I'm worth the money. Oh, well, now you're getting kind of old. I'm 26, asshole. Yeah, but in football years, that's like 62. You should have asked for more money when you were younger. I fucking did! Several times! Yeah, well, you don't play quarterback or rush the passer, so, hold on, we're getting another call. Yeah, we'll pick back up in a couple months when you skip training camp and we pretend to care. See you later, LeVeon. And while they fight over millions, the rest of us struggle to pay rent. The San Francisco Police Department is looking for suspended Raiders linebacker Aldon Smith, and it's not to give him a community citizenship award. Nobody knows where he is, unless you recognize the pavement he took a picture of here and posted to Instagram with the caption, WTFOH, which I think stands for what the fuck. Oh, you are all wrong. Based on this photo, I think it's safe to say Aldon Smith's Instagram account is not worth following, and I wonder if he knows they can track his phone when it's on. Smith is in hiding after fleeing a domestic violence incident this weekend. This comes after he was detained for public intoxication after he crashed into an unmarked police car last year, I think, which comes after making false bomb threats at Los Angeles International Airport, which, if you've ever been to LAX, you'd sort of understand, which came after misdemeanor charges for possessing illegal assault weapons. Aldon Smith is clearly a guy who needs to get some serious mental help and could probably benefit from being tested for CTE. A man who continues to make this many terrible decisions with so much on the line either has CTE or is a politician. As I was writing this episode, the news broke that Smith had called his fiance's parents and asked to be taken to rehab. So hopefully he can actually get some real help and maybe take a photography class or two and elevate his photo game for his Instagram account. And finally, an AFC football team has apparently offered the Eagles a second-round draft pick for backup Super Bowl MVP quarterback Nick Foles. That team could be the Jets, the Broncos, or the Patriots, who want to acquire Foles and perform a vivisection to ensure he in no way cheated his way to a victory over them in the Super Bowl. Bill Belichick still believes that Nick Foles escaped the theme park Westworld, which is a show I cannot wait for it to return to HBO. Jesus. Without the incestuous sex on Game of Thrones, I need my robot porn. Now the Eagles are saying it's gonna take more than a first and fourth rounder to get Nick Foles, since that's what they gave away Sam Bradford for. And Bradford is, well, he is Leonardo DiCaprio from Titanic, or The Aviator, or Gangs of New York, Romeo and Juliet, The Departed, Blood Diamond, Django. Always great until he dies before the end. That is Sam Bradford. I do have big dick Patreon shoutouts for my newest supporters, Scott Nelson, Titty Sprinkles, Jameson for upping their donation to $5, Samuel Burt, Kevin Childress, Harrison Tracy, Jeffrey Bryan for upping from $27, already a giant donation, to a monster cock $30 donation. Thank you, Jeffrey and Ricky Santos. Look, the only way this channel survives is with your fan funding on Patreon, so please consider supporting this channel. I do offer a bi-weekly podcast every other week-ish that is just available for my Patreon donors, and your money honestly helps me pay my bills. NFL players think they got it bad? They should try doing what I do. Never once have I been offered $14.5 million for 1 year's worth of work. And even though I know that's unfair for the player, I just need 1 year like that. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Subscribe here on YouTube. Please freaking subscribe to this channel. Share the videos on Facebook. I'm on Twitter at Brandon Perna. If you want to talk football there. Next week with free agency is going to get nuts. So Twitter should be a lot of fun.